Did you know that a certain sleep habit could quietly push our hearts too far after 70? There was a woman named Barbara. She was 72, lively, social, and full of stories. The kind of person who always remembered birthdays and sent handwritten notes. One morning, her son found her in bed, peaceful but gone. No sign of distress, no history of heart disease. It was only after a quiet review of her habits that her doctor pointed to something most of us never consider. Her body had simply been pushed too far during her sleep. And this isn't just about Barbara. It's about thousands of seniors whose nights are quietly working against them. Because certain things we do before bed, or fail to do, can slowly strain the heart, disrupt breathing, or confuse the brain's recovery systems. Most people don't even realize it until it's too late. And I want to make sure that doesn't happen to you. In this video, we're going to walk through 7 sleep habits that seem innocent, even comforting, but could be putting you at serious risk. Whether it's something you've done for years or something new you've picked up to feel more secure, it's time to take a closer look. But this won't be one of those lectures about buying a new pillow or sleeping exactly 8 hours. This is about your safety, your peace, and your future. It's about giving your body the calm, safe, life-preserving rest it truly needs. So if you're 60, 70, or 80 and want to avoid the silent mistakes that too many others have paid the price for, keep watching. Your nights could become safer and your mornings more guaranteed. Let's get started. Habit 1. Late night heavy meals that burden your heart. Eating late at night might feel comforting. A warm bowl of stew, a sandwich while watching TV, maybe even a few cookies before turning in. For many, it's a small reward after a long day. But after 70, your body no longer treats that late meal the same way. What used to be just a little something before bed now turns into a heavy load. Your system struggles to process in the dark. When you eat a heavy or fatty meal close to bedtime, your digestive system is forced to stay active while the rest of your body tries to power down. That internal conflict puts stress on your heart and slows down your natural nighttime recovery. Blood flow gets redirected to the stomach, making it harder for your brain and heart to fully relax. The result? Poor quality sleep, increased nighttime blood pressure, and, in some cases, irregular heart rhythms that go undetected until something serious happens. One quiet risk is acid reflux. When you lie down too soon after eating, acid can creep up into your esophagus. Most people just feel a little heartburn, but over time that acid irritates the throat, narrows the airway, and may even disrupt breathing patterns in your sleep. In more fragile bodies, this can make the difference between a peaceful night and a dangerous one. There was a man named George, 78, who always had his biggest meal at 8 p.m. He'd say, "I sleep better on a full stomach." But his doctor noticed that his heart rate never dipped at night like it should have. Eventually, George was diagnosed with nighttime hypertension, something he didn't even know existed. Once he started eating earlier and lighter, his sleep improved, his heart rate normalized, and he said he felt 5 years younger in the morning. If your last meal of the day is rich in red meat, butter, or sugary desserts, and it's happening within 2 hours of bedtime, your body may be silently asking you to stop. Try shifting your main meal earlier in the day and opt for something light. If you need a bedtime snack, think soft fruits, warm tea, or a small handful of nuts. You're not depriving yourself, you're giving your heart a break. So many older adults struggle with energy during the day and don't realize their nights are part of the problem. Give your body the rest it's asking for. You've earned that ease. Habit 2, falling asleep with the TV or radio on. Some folks say they can't sleep unless the TV is humming in the background. It drowns out the silence, keeps the mind distracted, or just makes them feel less alone. But as comforting as that sound might feel, it could be quietly harming your sleep and, more seriously, your brain. When you fall asleep with noise still playing, especially with bright screens or fast-changing audio, your brain never fully enters deep rest. Even if your eyes are closed, your ears are still listening. Your brain is still processing, even if it's only picking up bits and pieces. Over time, that light but constant stimulation can prevent your mind from entering the healing stages of sleep, where memory consolidates and your body resets. Researchers have found that noise during sleep, even low-volume sounds, can trigger microarousals. You might not wake up completely, but your body snaps out of its rhythm, just enough to disturb heart rate, breathing, and blood pressure patterns. For older adults, especially those with any heart or cognitive concerns, that repeated disruption can be dangerous. There was a woman named Carolyn, 72, who slept with the news channel running all night. She thought it kept her connected and soothed her during lonely evenings. but she began waking up feeling more tired than when she went to bed. Her doctor eventually connected the dots. Her blood pressure spiked during the night, and her cognitive test results were slipping. Once she turned off the screen and used a dim nightlight and soft fan instead, her memory scores improved, and she said her sleep felt like real sleep again. The tough part is this habit feels harmless, but it adds up night after night. That soft murmur of late-night crime dramas. Commercials or fast-paced sports replays can quietly rob you of the rest your heart and brain depend on. And for some, it even increases the risk of nighttime confusion or mild hallucinations, especially in those dealing with early cognitive decline. If silence feels too empty, try gentle alternatives. White noise, ocean waves, or soft instrumental music with no lyrics or abrupt changes. They help mask background noise without overstimulating your brain. Sleep should feel like surrender, a slow fade into quiet and calm, not a wrestling match between your senses and your screen. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 2 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Now let's move forward. Habit 3, sleeping in a cold room without proper foot warmth. There's something folks often overlook when they're trying to get a good night's sleep: warm feet. It sounds simple, maybe even silly, but it's one of the most underestimated factors in restful sleep, especially for older adults. When your feet are too cold, your body has to work harder to maintain core temperature. And that, believe it or not, can delay the onset of sleep and reduce its quality. See, your body's internal temperature needs to drop slightly in order for you to fall asleep. But when your feet are freezing, your body holds on to heat at the center instead of releasing it, disrupting that natural cooling down process. Your circulation gets affected, and your nervous system becomes alert, not relaxed. Many seniors, especially women, experience poor peripheral circulation, which means cold hands and feet at bedtime. And when your extremities are cold, your body interprets that as a sign that it's not safe to shut down. It's almost like your brain is saying, hold on, something's off, stay alert. So instead of drifting off peacefully, you toss and turn. There's even research to back this up. People who warm their feet before bed, whether with socks, a warm water soak, or a heating pad, fall asleep faster and stay asleep longer. One study found that seniors who wore light bed socks fell asleep 15 minutes faster and had fewer nighttime awakenings compared to those who went barefoot. Let me share a quick story. Walter, an 80-year-old retired electrician, used to wake up several times a night for no clear reason. He didn't feel anxious, he wasn't in pain, but he just couldn't stay asleep. A sleep therapist suggested he try warming his feet before bed. So, every evening, he'd soak his feet in a basin of warm water for 10 minutes, dry them off, and slip on a pair of soft cotton socks. Within days, his sleep dramatically improved. He was stunned at how such a small change made such a big difference. Now, I know some folks worry about overheating or feel weird wearing socks to bed. That's fair. But you don't need heavy wool or anything bulky. Just light, breathable warmth that helps signal to your body that it's safe to rest. If you often wake up feeling stiff, foggy, or just plain tired, even after what should be a full night's sleep, ask yourself this: were my feet warm? It's a question worth asking, because sometimes the key to deep, healing rest isn't in a fancy gadget or supplement. It's in a cozy pair of socks. Habit 4, sleeping flat on your back with no pillow elevation. Lying flat on your back all night might seem like the most restful, neutral position, but for many older adults, it can quietly trigger dangerous complications during sleep. One of the biggest concerns? Breathing issues that often go unnoticed until it's too late. As we age, the tissues in the throat can lose some of their firmness and tone. When you lie flat, gravity works against you. The tongue and soft tissues can slip back, partially blocking the airway, especially if you snore or have undiagnosed sleep apnea. This doesn't just make you snore louder. It can actually cause you to stop breathing momentarily. Over time, these repeated pauses strain the heart, raise blood pressure, and increase your risk of stroke. Even if you don't have sleep apnea, lying flat can lead to acid reflux. When the stomach's contents move upward into the esophagus during the night, it may not wake you completely, but it can disturb your sleep cycle and leave you feeling groggy, inflamed, or with a sore throat in the morning. Some people even aspirate small amounts of acid into their lungs over time, something that can contribute to chronic coughing, pneumonia, or worse. Let me tell you about Lorraine, a 72-year-old widow who thought she had heart issues. She'd wake up feeling short of breath and lightheaded, but her daytime EKGs came back normal. After a sleep study, they found that lying flat was the root of her problems. She started sleeping with her upper body slightly elevated, using a wedge pillow, and the change was night and day. Her oxygen levels stayed stable. Her sleep improved. Her mornings felt lighter. Raising your head just 6 to 8 inches can reduce the risk of reflux and ease breathing. And if you have heart failure or swollen legs, a slightly elevated position also helps your circulation, reducing the workload on your heart. Just be careful not to overdo it. Too steep of an angle can strain your back or neck. You want gentle incline, not a sitting posture. There's a simple test too. If you often wake up coughing, gasping, or with a bitter taste in your mouth, it might not be a lung issue. It might be gravity working against your body. This one small shift, elevating your pillow or sleeping on an adjustable bed, could be one of the easiest, least expensive ways to protect your health while you sleep. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 4 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Now let's move forward. Habit 5, keeping your bedroom too warm. Many older adults bundle up at night thinking it will help them sleep better, but keeping your bedroom too warm can actually be one of the most harmful habits for your sleep and your heart. Especially after 65, your body isn't as efficient at regulating temperature. That means heat can sneak up on you, and by the time you feel it, it may already be putting stress on your heart and circulation. You see, during sleep, our core body temperature naturally drops to signal rest. If your room is too warm, your body has to work harder to cool down. That internal effort creates stress, raises your heart rate, and interrupts the deep restorative stages of sleep. And you may not even realize it's happening. Here's a quiet but serious danger. Excessive warmth during sleep can increase your risk of sudden cardiac events, especially if you already have high blood pressure or heart disease. Your body needs those cooler nighttime temperatures to allow your heart to slow down, your vessels to relax, and your breathing to deepen. But when the room is too warm, that cooling process is blocked. And instead of your heart getting rest, it stays slightly elevated all night. I once met a 68-year-old man named George, who would always sleep with 2 heavy blankets and the thermostat set at 75. He thought it was just a comfort thing, but he kept waking up sweaty and tired. His doctor couldn't figure it out until they realized the real issue was his bedroom heat. Once he dropped the thermostat to 66 and used lighter bedding, his sleep became deeper, and his blood pressure readings improved almost immediately. A cooler room doesn't mean being cold. It means allowing your body to breathe and cool naturally. The ideal range, most experts suggest between 60 to 67 degrees. Layer your bedding in a way that you can remove it easily if you get too warm. And avoid heavy pajamas, opt for breathable cotton instead. Also, try not to run space heaters overnight or close all windows if the air feels stale. Good ventilation helps maintain a healthy sleep environment. You're not just improving comfort, you're protecting your heart, your brain, and your lifespan. What feels cozy in the short term may be silently costing you restful sleep, and over time, your health. Habit 6, sleeping too long during the day. Many older adults feel tempted to take long naps during the day, especially if they didn't sleep well the night before. It sounds harmless, even helpful, but this habit can quietly sabotage your entire sleep rhythm and lead to more serious health issues over time. As we age, our circadian rhythm, the body's natural internal clock, becomes more sensitive. Long naps during the day can confuse this rhythm, making it harder for you to fall asleep at night or stay asleep once you do. What starts as a quick rest often turns into a 2-hour nap that throws your entire night off balance. Over time, this creates a vicious cycle. Poor nighttime sleep leads to longer daytime naps, which then causes more restlessness at night. Eventually, your body loses its ability to get deep, consolidated sleep, the kind your heart, brain, and immune system depend on to recover and heal. This fragmented rest has even been linked to cognitive decline and increased risk of heart failure in older adults. I remember a woman named Linda, 73 years old, who used to nap every afternoon for nearly 2 hours. She'd wake up groggy and then stay up past midnight watching television, unable to sleep. Her memory got worse, her mood shifted, and she felt off all the time. But when she cut her nap to just 20 minutes earlier in the day and stuck to a regular bedtime, she began sleeping through the night again, and her energy came back. The key here isn't to avoid napping altogether, it's to nap smart. Short naps, ideally 15 to 30 minutes before 3 p.m., can help recharge you without derailing your nighttime sleep. But long late-day naps, they send your body mixed signals, delaying melatonin production and keeping your brain wired when it should be winding down. Also, if you find yourself needing long naps regularly, it might be a sign of an underlying health issue, like sleep apnea, thyroid problems, or poor sleep hygiene at night. Talk to your doctor if this sounds familiar. Sleep is not just about quantity, it's about rhythm and quality. And that rhythm depends heavily on how you treat your body during the day. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 6 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Now let's move forward. Habit 7, sleeping in unsafe positions or environments. For many seniors, the bedroom becomes a place of comfort and routine. But one of the most overlooked dangers in old age is the very position or environment in which we sleep. And sadly, it's one that's taken more lives than people realize. As we age, our muscles weaken, bones become more fragile, and balance decreases. That's why something as simple as a poor sleeping posture or an unsafe bed setup can lead to suffocation, blood flow problems, or even sudden nighttime falls. For example, sleeping on too many pillows can cause neck strain, cut off airways slightly, or worsen acid reflux, increasing the risk of choking in your sleep, especially if you're overweight or have respiratory issues. And it's not just about posture. Your bedroom itself could quietly be setting you up for harm. Is your mattress too soft, making it hard to get out of bed quickly? Are there sharp corners or cluttered pathways you could trip over during a late-night bathroom visit? Do you have a sturdy nightstand within arm's reach for support? I once heard the story of Robert, an 80-year-old who had developed the habit of sleeping in a recliner after his hip surgery. At first, it helped ease the pressure on his joints, but months later, he started having trouble breathing deeply during the night. His doctor discovered that the recliner was keeping his lungs slightly compressed and reducing oxygen flow while he slept. When he switched back to a firm, supportive bed, elevated slightly for comfort, his breathing and energy improved. The real danger is in not noticing the problem until it's too late. So take a walk around your room today. Check your mattress height. See if your pillows support your head without tilting it too far forward. Make sure your pathway to the bathroom is clear and has a nightlight. These small steps can prevent a fatal fall or a blocked airway while you're sleeping. Sleep should restore you, not put you at risk. A safe sleep environment, matched with smart posture, can make the difference between waking up refreshed or not waking up at all. Final thoughts. Getting older doesn't mean you have to live in fear of going to sleep. But it does mean you need to be a little more thoughtful about how you prepare for rest. The stories we shared today aren't meant to scare you. They're meant to wake you up in the best possible way. Sleep is when your body repairs, resets, and heals. But when certain habits creep in, like heavy meals late at night, poorly timed medications, or unsafe sleeping positions, they don't just steal your rest. They quietly take a toll on your heart, brain, and lungs. And in some cases, they never give that time back. It's easy to think, I've been doing this for years and nothing bad has happened. But aging shifts the rules. What worked for you at 40 might not protect you at 75. And it's never too late to change a small habit that could save your life, or at least give you more energy, better mornings, and peace of mind. So today, maybe take one thing from this list. Just one. Whether it's dimming the lights an hour earlier, walking for 10 minutes after dinner, or checking your sleep position, do it tonight. Give your body a better chance to rest well. You've earned it. Thank you for joining us today. We'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment below and share one thing you learned today and how you plan to use it in your life. Your thoughts are important to us, so don't hesitate to share them. Reading your comments gives us great motivation and encouragement. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, please like, subscribe, and share. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Thanks for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video.